And now welcome back to Snack Time with your host, Chef. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, settle down in the audience there. Calm down. Settle the fuck down! Jesus. Anyways, today we're gonna be making something special. We're gonna be making this. Wow, this thing is turning out pretty well. And we'll move to the top here, you'll have...
What is up, Trouble Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer
Oh god,
Keemstar.
we can't feed this to people.
And
that's a wrap.
News.
Man, nothing beats a good day of cooking. Isn't that right past me? Oh yeah, he left. Well, whatever, I don't need him. I had plenty of cool new friends like Cup, and Hacked, and Silly Band, yeah. Life of the party. Could you guys, like, do something? Whoa! Is that an original copy of Megaman 7? Oh, it's not? What's that? You guys emulating a video game online? That's illegal! I'm afraid I'm gonna have to report you to the fun police. That's the sound that I need! Well, you know, I guess I'll let it slide since everybody knows Mega Man 7's the best Mega Man game ever. And to prove why that's right, here's a video explaining why. You guys remember back when Mega Man wasn't just a somewhat high-tier character in Smash 4 that was known for much more? Oh hey, that rhymed. Mega Man nowadays has been like one of those bands that keeps trying to make new stuff, even though it's a shadow of what it used to make. So basically, Mega Man is like goddamn Guns N' Roses. Mega Man is Guns N' Roses! But let's not think about that for a second. Let's go back to, 1993, when everybody was flipping shit over Mega Man X because of how different it was compared to the actual 6 games before it all released on the same console. Now at first, that may not sound like a lot, but let me put this into perspective. There are more Mega Man games on the NES than there are Smash Brothers games. Let that sink in for a second. No, but Mega Man X was amazing because of how different it was. I mean, there were new bosses, more abilities, a different world, and the fact you weren't actually playing as Mega Man. Sure, it was in the title, but this is X, not Mega Man from the games prior. However, this isn't about the X series, because if it was, then I'd have to bear the pain of talking about how this basically dug itself into the ground with the sequels that nobody really wanted after the series reached like the 4th game. Now it's 1995 and Capcom's like, we have this new Mega Man series that everyone seems to love, and now that we're on a new system, we should make a new game in the original series. But since we made 6 games for the NES, we should make this different and better. And then they came out with Mega Man 7 and Capcom gave it to the public, but then they were like, it's not Mega Man X, so we really don't care. That's how this game came to be. Yeah, Mega Man 7 really wasn't that popular, and honestly, it's hard to say why. Maybe it's because it was released late into the SNES's life, maybe because of the X series growing in popularity, who knows? Hell, I didn't know much about this game until I emulated it back in 2013, and I gotta say, screw 2 and 3, this is the best Mega Man game from the classic series. In fact, I'd even say that this is the best Mega Man game, period. Now that may sound like a very bold claim, but let me assure you, after this video, you're gonna think, wow, holy crap, this guy's an idiot. I just wasted my time. Now at first glance, Mega Man 7 looks like your basic Mega Man game with just better graphics. But I assure you that when you actually start playing the game, you'll notice the intro stage. This stage is very important for the game because you don't expect it at first. With every other game before it, it's always title screen, intro nobody cares about, Robot Masters, and then you start playing the game. Here with the intro stage, it helps sets up the story, how the game plays, and the characters much better than an intro can because the player is involved. Like when you fight the new guy Bass, you learn a good bit about him, even though the game still has a lot more to add to his character later on. If the opening was like, oh, this is Bass, he's queer, then the player wouldn't be as interested in him. But after you finish the intro stage, the Robot Masters will come in and 4? But in the old games, there always 8 to choose from. This is bullshit! In the beginning of the game, you're only given 4 Robot Masters to choose from. Now, that may seem like a bad thing at first, but think about it this way. In every Mega Man game, there's always that one Robot Master that people usually went after first, because, you know, they were easy to beat. But here's the problem with that. Back in Mega Man 2, you could fight about 6 of the Robot Masters to start out with. But when 3 came around, your options became very restricted, and usually could only go after one specific one because that was the only one easy enough to beat with your blaster. And since there would be only one, if you didn't choose correctly, you'd be wasting your time
trying to fight the wrong Robot Master. With 7 giving you 4 to choose from, it makes it easier to find the Robot Master to tackle first. Side note, it's Burst Man. And later in the game, you do unlock the other 4 Robot Masters, and it makes you feel more confident when fighting these guys because you already have a lot of abilities to your disposal. Another thing 7 does is it gives the stages all sorts of secret items and power-ups that actually has the player want to go back through the stages again. Back in the games before, people usually didn't play through the stages again, but at the same time, there never really was a point to play through them again. Never in, say, 5, you usually didn't think, wow, that was a fun stage to just play, but I feel like that there were things that I missed or something. 7 will always have something that will actually make you want to play through the stage again. It encourages this because, believe it or not, there's actually a lot of stuff you can find in this game. I mean, dude, look at this. There's more stuff here than, 7 is also a game that seems like a reboot to this series, which it's so deserved. After 6 games, most people usually get bored with the same format being used over and over again without much change or innovation. 7 introduced the shop, new characters, abilities outside of just the Robot Masters, and being able to interact with the world around you with those powers. It's obvious that the creators put a lot more care and creativity into this entry, and it seemed that there was going to be like a renaissance for Megaman after this game, but no. That wasn't the case.
Dr. Light, what is the problem?
A strange meteor has fallen to Earth just a while ago. This meteor seems to be emitting a powerful energy signature. Something this powerful must not fall into the hands of evil.
Alright, why does Megaman sound like more of a girl than Roll? And why does Dr. Light have a speech impediment? Why does this game have to be the way it is? It's so bad. I wanted to play a good Mega Man game, but I just got trashed. I want to go home. I don't like this anymore. 8 was a game that tried to add new things that didn't really fit well with the game itself, or ruin things that previous entries tried to introduce. It was also pretty disappointing for an anniversary game. So hey, it's like Sonic. Dude, this better be good. Now don't get me wrong, this wasn't the worst thing in the world, but this was the last game of the classic series to be released for like 10 years. And sure, when 9 and 10 were released, they were fun little callbacks to the original 6, and yeah, they may have had new ideas and stuff, but would you rather have a game that focused on moving forward or looking back? And honestly, that goes for a lot of games nowadays. I talked about this in Overtime, which, oh Jesus, I need to make more of those. When a game is too much like the ones that came before, it can either be a fun callback or a lazy excuse just for a quick cash grab. I loved 7 because it wanted to move forward, and it wasn't afraid to do so. There are a lot of things in this game that pushes the boundaries of what a classic Mega Man game was capable of. After 6 games prior, someone was like that one quiet white kid in school and said, "No more!" Jesus, that got really dark. And you know, it's pretty sad because 10 was technically the last Mega Man game made in the past 6 years, and to be honest, I don't know why Capcom basically gave up on Mega Man. There wasn't anything wrong with this series, maybe they just saw Mega Man as a band-aid. They just gotta rip it off and move on. Only problem is that Capcom's the type of person to just throw their band-aid into the public pool. It's gross. Hopefully they'll realize how much people actually cared about this guy and will wake up and realize that he almost single-handedly got them to where they were today. But you know, I guess till then we're just gonna get stuff that's better than nothing.
Wow! That was fun, wouldn't you say, gang? And who says you need real friends?